Awesome, guys. Well, we are live. We are game. We are making it happen. And today is the Platinum 600 panel with some of the newest QC Platinum 600s. And I'm super, super excited about this call. Yesterday for the P150s was phenomenal. If you haven't seen that recording yet or you weren't there live, go to the QC YouTube channel and really watch it, guys. Yesterday to me was so impressive, honestly. It was super, super impressive just to see the development of the leaders, the next wave. I really think that the P600s, the P150s, the P1000s are the big next wave in this company and the big next wave for QC. You guys are going to be the ones with the organizations in the hundreds, dozens of countries around the world going on tour as soon as this quarantine is done and really making things happen. So this one's really special to me because I feel that P600 is the pivotal rank in IM. P600 to me is the real pivotal rank where you truly understand the power of residual income. You're making $600 a month, $7,200 a year, and it's life-changing. An extra $600 a month in someone's life is absolutely life-changing. And depending on where you live in the world, it can be an income that can take you from just being a person who's doing this on the side to someone who's able to do it full time. And so I think when we really understand how powerful this rank is, because this is someone that's been able to duplicate 3 Platinum 150s, right? This is someone that has a minimum of 12 people in their organization and had to become someone different and really find out who they are as a person and make the commitment to go next level. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing popped off, get this thing started. I got to move my notes around here so I can see them. But same thing as yesterday, guys. We're going to call out your name. We're going to ask a question. It'll be the same question for the, I don't know how many people we have speaking tonight. We got like 10 people speaking tonight. We got a lot of P600s. And, you're just going to answer it. None of the leaders know the questions. We don't tell them in advance. It's going to be off the top of their head. Because I want it to be transparent. I want it to be real. I want you guys to really see through the minds of the people that you look up to. And this is such an amazing call for every P150 and customer on this call right now, because these are the people you should be having conversations with. These are the people you should be asking questions to. Should be the people that you're asking, how do I go next level? And so the first question is going to be for Joseph. You're up first, my guy. Who are you? I want you to talk a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and why do you build this business?
Hello, everyone. Nice to see the numbers today. So who I am? That's kind of like a question that that confused me. So just like I can explain, like just a regular guy from Croatia that kind of like wanted to improve his life. So honestly, the guy on this call named Giovanni JC, that's how we call him. He's the one who introduced me in this trading, and he was actually the one who was helping me out a lot at the beginning and even now. So we are basically now the business partners, building something like Tim and Mike are doing. Also, I want to shout out to Taylor. Tyler is the guy that was always there for me, helping me out when I was like starting, going over the charts, showing me actually how this business works. And also shout out to Tim and Mike. And for whole QC family, like it's something that actually I found myself, and it's amazing that people like this kind of environment actually exist. The country I come from, it's a very beautiful country, but it's not like mindset of the people. They don't want to see you succeed, That's totally wrong. So I'm just actually so grateful I'm like in this, this company, this community, and I just love how is it growing, how it's growing, and I just like trying to also like every single person that's like meaning to me to put him in the business to help him out, especially now in this hard time, so I can show them that actually they can be making money from their home, that they don't need to work for that piece of paper, that they can make that piece of paper work for them. So that's actually something that like fulfills me when once I see the person comes back reaching me, oh thank you, I just make my first profits and stuff. It's like actually very amazing feeling. So I didn't know that actually it's gonna feel me that way. First when I started it was like, okay, I just want to make money, but then like how I get into it, I just like, okay, this is something that I love, like building like kind of the business, become a leader, seeing the people under me that I can help, that look at me like a motivation or like a role model. So I like it. I like it. I like it. And of course, that's everything possible because of you guys, because you are guys here, like huge support, especially the team. I'm, he knows how much I'm reaching him out for everything that happens. So yeah, that's mostly who I am. Like just the guy coming from Croatia that was like, following this society rule about like, going to the college and kind of like, I don't know, trying to have a good grades, or I don't know where the future is bringing that stuff. I just found this, and this is something that I'm looking for, like to create in my future. So I'm very thankful for that.
Awesome. I appreciate you. And guys, by the way, it's past 2 a.m. for him. So he really does not care about time. Time is a construct to Joseph. This dude,
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Never mind. So it's
Yeah.
even later. I can't do math, I guess, but he's full blown into this, and I'm super proud of him. Knocked out P600 in a week. I feel like it was like under a week, and definitely be paying attention to this individual. So next up is Angie. Angie, explain a little bit about who you are and why you decided to begin building this business, because you came in as a customer. It took a little bit of time. You were really, really focused on trading, but something clicked for you. So I'd love to hear, what was that reasoning behind everything?
Yeah, so a little bit about who I am. I'm Angie, of course, if you guys don't know me. So I started this, honestly, well, a little bit about me. We'll start there. So I kind of feel like I questioned a lot of what people did and why they did it pretty much throughout my whole life. I saw people going this way, and I was like, cool, you guys can do this way. You can go this way, but at the same time, I didn't always feel like I needed to do that. So I kind of always had an open mind. That's what I like to say. So I've always seen things a little bit differently. And I kind of like, I feel like my whole mind was just completely opened that this was something that I can potentially do. Like when I went to go visit Mike and Jordan, I think John was out there, but we didn't see him at the time, in Puerto Rico. It just opened my mind to the fact that not only can I see the world, but I can also make money while doing it. So it just like lit a fire inside of me. And I kind of understood, like, I don't have to stay inside of this box, really. And I can do things differently, which is something that I always felt like I did. I just never really, stayed in one place. I didn't really have like a particular friend group. I just kind of like did my thing. And it was just like, all right, Angie type of thing. So once I kind of found this, it was more or less, love you, Monica. It kind of was just something that made sense to me. But yeah, I did personally like get into the business wanting to, learn how to trade and make sure that it's something that obviously is for me before I told people about it. I just kind of wanted it to be super genuine, but yeah, I definitely saw the power that it did, that it helped, bring me. And obviously why not share with others, right?
I love it. I remember you getting started in the coffee shop in Logan Square. I remember that. It's crazy how time flies. But next up, we have, let me look at my list here. We got London, my guy London. London, you have a great story as well. Really someone that's been with us for quite some time now, has been trading, seeing results, and has had a massive click. And we're going to talk about the click moment in some of the upcoming questions here. But London, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and really break down why you decided to build the business.
What's up, everybody? Like Tim said, I'm London, for those who don't know me. I'm 23, about to be 24 years old pretty soon. And I'm here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, running it up. I guess my main reason for wanting to build this business is because I always say, like, I didn't grow up with role models. I didn't grow up with people to look up to. I always grew up, I grew up seeing situations I didn't want to be in and seeing people I didn't want to be like. And I just always knew to, do the opposite of what everybody else was doing, kind of like what Angie said. And, now, especially I have a 3-year-old son, and, I have 2 younger siblings and a grandmother. Like, I have a lot of people that, kind of rely on me, and I have a lot of responsibilities. And I know, for one, a job won't help me get there. I always knew, I never heard nobody say, I got rich from working a job. So I always knew I wasn't going to follow that route. And then, for 2, I've always been the type of person to, look for, different opportunities and things like that. I, did insurance at the age of 19 years old. I started my first, business. That was cool, but that was my I guess my first step into entrepreneurship, I guess you can say. And I kind of got a taste of, working with people and things like that. And I kind of loved it. So when I heard about this opportunity, I was like, yep, this is what's going set me off. This is what's going to take me exactly where I wanted to go. And I want to, share that with other people. This is something I really can see, helping me take my future exactly where I want it to go. And I know it can do the same for others. So that's why I like, building this and sharing it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, bro. And next person, I got to start remembering the names. Jose Carlos, you're up next. I got to keep looking at my list. I see and I forget, but Jose Carlos, I'm excited for you, bro. You're like a world traveler, man. You're doing everything. And I'd love for you to share a little bit of your story. And you and I have been able to work super, super close together. So I'm super excited about this one because P1000 is like a little sneeze away for you right now. So I'd love to hear a little bit about you, share a little about yourself and why you decided to begin building the business.
Well, I think when I first got into this, a lot of you knew me as JC, right? But JC died back in March in New York. A lot of you guys were there to witness that. And then there was Jose Carlos. He came out of his shell and really took over. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that was there. That moment was massive for me. So I love all you guys. You guys were there for one of the biggest turnaround moments in my life. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys. And so a little bit about me. I'll be honest. I didn't have it rough growing up. I didn't. I don't have a bad background. I came from loving parents. I never missed a meal. All right. I went to soccer. I went to good schools. All right. And I was comfortable, but that was actually my problem. Okay. One day I woke up. I was 21 years old, and I was still comfortable. I was still living with my parents, going to school, but I realized that this wasn't the life for me because I was so comfortable. I never saw myself doing anything big because I had it all handed to me. All right. And I said at that time, JC, dude, wake up. You have nothing to your name. You have nothing to show for. And that was my big moment of finding something, and when you do ask, right, the universe will hear you. And if you're ready to receive, they'll hand it to you. So I ran into Brennan. So shout out to B Money. I know he's not here, but I'm forever grateful for him. So he presented this for me. And that's how I got into the business. Right? That's how I started to learn how to trade. Because I think we all are always looking for something, for purpose, for meaning, maybe for money. And I found it all here. Like I said, we all have different backgrounds. Mine wasn't a tough one, so that's a little bit about me. And Tim, like Tim says, shout out to him and Mike. Guys, use them. Leverage your leaders because they're gonna help take you to that next level.
Awesome. I appreciate you, bro. I'm super, super grateful for you. Man, you're just a natural leader, man. I'm super excited that you made that move to really go all in because I'm really excited for your future, bro. I'm going to leave it at that. And people will see why as you keep talking. But Taylor, you're up next. We all got to see Taylor speak with me on Saturday. And it was one of my favorite trainings because I think it was super real. And you guys got to know a lot of her. But for those who don't know Taylor, I'd love for you to hop on, talk a little bit about yourself and the big reason why you're going all in right now.
Hi, everyone. I'm Taylor. I am a mother, I'm a wife, and I am a chairwoman in the making. I have made it my my mission to accomplish this goal in my life. The reason why I started building is honestly, I fell in love with what I was doing, and I really found my purpose within this organization, within this culture. I was surrounded by people who were helping me hold myself accountable and grow into something I never thought I could be. I grew up with the mindset, you need to go to school, you have to work hard, and you have to work until you're ready to retire, or if you need to until you die. So for me, this was a way to really educate myself, and it became something even more than that, than just learning a skill. It became helping other people and speaking to other people and really finding my purpose and helping others. And you can do that all within this company. So, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm building. And that's why I'm going to go 120% in this, because I've truly fallen in love with what I do and the people that I do it with. So that's a little bit about me.
I appreciate you. I should have had Michael go first so I could introduce you as the better half. But the other half, Michael, my man, you want to come in here and explain a little bit about who you are and why you went all in? Because you got insane amount of experience. You're really go-getter. You're getting it done. Whether it was this or something else, you were going to the top. So really a big reason for you why this was the one thing where you're like, I want to go all in with this.
All right, how y'all doing today? My name is Michael Weaver. I live here in Richardson, Texas, so like the northern part of Dallas. And kind of what Tim was saying, the reason why I decided to really just, go all in with this, I'm kind of familiar with network marketing. So I've tried out a few companies before, like Amway, and I was doing the mentorship for them, and then I started. I was doing Herbalife, and then I was doing Dream Trips. So World Ventures for those of you that don't know. But I tried a few different things, and things just weren't working. I wasn't in the right mindset at the time. I didn't know what I didn't know. And so I didn't have the information to really just move forward in those companies because, as you all know, network marketing works. I mean, the different companies work, the structure, the plans, they all work. It's just, do you work? And so at that time, I wasn't focused. I was focused on other things. So when Forex came to me, I actually got very serious in the trading side of things, and I really wanted to become a serious trader. So that was my goal, and I fell in love with the building just because people, honestly, guys, people want to know what you're doing, especially if you have a lot of close people around you that maybe once knew who you were. Whenever you upgrade or whenever you start doing different things, people want to know what you're doing. And so at the end of the day, I decided to start trading and really take it serious. And I mean, the more people, they honestly just wanted to know what was going on. So, I mean, you use the system. I got exposed to David Imonite really early when I got into the company. And so that's our father, me and Tim. But, that's really who we look up to. But one thing that he always uses is just the PS3 system. The peak show three-way. It's like a game. And so by using that, you really just plug into your mentors, you plug into your leaders that you do have. And I mean, the work gets done. So like Tim says, edify your way to chairman, really though, edify your way, like learn how to really speak well of other people, learn how to really edify people. And that in itself will, allow them to take over. That way they can pretty much close your prospect for you. And while they're doing that, we're also taking notes and we're also learning from them, so that gives us the upper hand because now once we get to the point where it's subconscious to us, now of course we can start, repeating the exact same things. So at the end of the day, I love network marketing. I mean, network marketing is amazing. It's going to provide me millions of dollars. But not only that, it's going to provide me the lifestyle that I want in order to help other people, just become the best versions of themselves. And, that's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about. This company says that they'll pay us to go make friends. They're going to pay us to make genuine friends. I mean, I don't think it get much better than that, and so I'm already a people's person. So with that, you just take that and you take these systems that they use, that they already have, and you just leverage it, and it works. At the end of the day, that this is a business. So just like any other business, people are gonna fall off, but that's okay. The strong will prevail. That is okay. You look at strong businesses in the world today, and I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a layoff of employees, but their business still runs. So at the end of the day, it's okay if people fall off your business because we're going to prevail. We're going to continue to grind. We're going to stay with that consistency every single day. And no matter what, by law of averages, it has to increase. It has to increase the more you do it. So just understanding those simple concepts and just really, being genuine to other people and just building relationships and building friendships, that's what really creates this business. And that's what, helps you thrive. And with that, that holds you to a higher standard because now you have to do more in order to, be a leader. You have to do more. You have to do more to show people that it can be done. with just a simple decision. So that's really it for me, guys. Um, when it comes to network marketing, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start sending everybody David's Google Drive of all his videos that we watch. So everyone's about to get on that sauce. I'll find it for everyone when Mike starts asking a couple questions here. But the next one up is Mila. I'm super excited about Mila because she's one of my favorite people in the world. Out of LA, California. She's got beautiful weather all the time, and she's been with us and really has become an amazing servant leader to her organization and someone who's super independent and really making it happen. So Mila, I'd love for you just to explain a little bit who you are and why you decided to, make the decision to go all in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Hi guys, my name is Mila. Like Tim said, I'm from LA. The reason I decided to build this business is because it was really Vegas, for me, Vegas convention. That was my first time meeting Mike and Tim and, actually getting plugged in with QC. And I just love the culture there, and I wanted to just expand that same thing out here in LA. For me, honestly, when I started, like, trading wasn't really working out that well for me. So I was like, what I can do is show this presentation. I actually got my degree in communication, so I decided, why not use that to build a business? I'd rather use it to build my own business than to go build someone else's. So that's why I decided to share this business with other people. Yeah, and that's it. That's it for me.
I love it. Short and sweet. We're getting straight to it. Next up, we got Chadi all the way out. He just did the Spanish one as well. So I know these questions may be a little bit repetitive for you, bro, but I'm super grateful that you're hopping on here just to share tons of value. If you want to hop on, just explain a little bit who you are and why you decided to go on with this.
Yeah. But first, I was told that the English team always everyone has his camera on. So guys, show your face. Show your face.
Tell them. Get them on here.
Yeah. You see, that's much better. I didn't know any of you, so it's good to be here, like seeing you. Hi John. Guys, I'm Juan Charri. I'm from Medellin, Colombia. I've been working with QC since like July of the last year. And I'm a chef. So as Jose said, I didn't grow up in a bad family. I actually live in one of the best places of my city, but I never had like a decent job. It always were like a lot of work and really low payment. That's the way I was used to work. My last job was on 5th of November in 2018. That's when I when I met the trading. That day I quit my job and I was like, fuck it, I have to make this work. So I was working like 16 hours a day, 6 days a week for $300. And I was only watching the sun in the morning when I was going to my job. Like at 8 a.m., that's the only moment of the day that I can see the sun. The rest of the time I was inside a kitchen grinding the whole day. So when I met this opportunity, I only got interested on trading. So I started to study at the same rhythm I was working. So 16 hours a day, in every lesson I could in that time I am LTV. But I wasn't in this team. I was working with another team, and in Latin America, I don't know any other team but this that actually trade. Everyone is just making this for building for not even building the community, just to hit a rank, to become a chairman, not building a team. So I get rid of it, of that team, and like 6-7 months after that, I met Mike. He was here in Medellin, and I was in a mall. A friend of mine that that knew him, like told another friend and I, that, bro, Magna Barrete is in Medellin, come. And in like 15 minutes later, I was like, bro, I'm going to work with you. I don't know how, but I'm going to work with you. And from that day, I just, to be honest, P600 was never like my chief aim. It was just like something that happened. I worried only like to work with my people, to learn and being able to help them to grow myself and that. And the rank just came. One day I was checking the back office because I was going to order someone. I think that I was already like a P150, but when I checked my back office, that day I was a P600. I didn't thought that I was. Uh, 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 I I thought that I just was like hitting the P150, and when I checked my back office, my whole thing get activated the past week, and I didn't even know. So it was a huge surprise for me.
I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. That was that was funny. What a good feeling to have when you're just working,
Yeah.
working, and it just happens. But next up, we got Vanessa. Another favorite. I have a lot of favorite human beings in the world. I got a lot of leaders in our organization that I just love to be around. So Vanessa, I'd love for you to share. Obviously, your team loves and adores you. But I'd love for you just to share a little bit about yourself and why you decided to go all in with this.
Yeah. Hey guys, how are you? My name is Vanessa. For those that don't know me, I am from Chicago, and kind of just sharing like my background, I guess. Like, so I was in grad school. I was working I was working full time at a good company, and I was living with my boyfriend, and I was just kind of like going out and just doing my thing. But after a while, like I just got like super tired of doing the same thing over and over again. So like I was working, I was going to school, but I was like, wait, why am I going to school though? Like I don't understand. Like it wasn't getting like I didn't understand. Like I didn't want to work at this company for the rest of my life. Like I wasn't happy. So Nancy and I actually went to high school together. So, and I say this all the time, every time I talk, but Nancy, she had posted something about like, I think she was like traveling or something. She posted a picture of herself and I'm like, bro, like, what do you do? Like, you look really happy. Like, I want to be happy too. Like, put me on. Like, what do you do? So yeah, like Nancy's the one who like got me in. She kind of just like really guided me, like this is the way we do things, this is the way, kind of step by step. So I was just so thankful to have her kind of like on my corner to like, Nancy, this happened, what do I do? Nancy, this, Nancy, that. Like she was just kind of like, and whenever it would be like, she would just answer me like 2 a.m. she would text me back or like get on a call with me. So I'm just really thankful for her, because I feel like because of her, she's the reason I'm here. Not only that, but like the reason I went full in on this. Like my intention was never to go like P150 or P600. Like I just wanted to go 2 and 3 so I didn't have to pay like an extra bill. Like I wanted to learn and do this, but I didn't want to like pay extra. So like Nancy helped me like go 2 and 3. Nancy helped me do get P150. Nancy helped me get P600. Not only her, but like Mike and Tim as well. But yeah, now just kind of like after I had, I am a mom. So right after I had my baby, it's just kind of everything's just like in my head, like, oh, dang, like I'm not only doing this for me, but I'm doing it for, my family too, because I want time, I want freedom. I want to be able to like travel with her, or, I want to be able to like be there for her soccer games or be there for, any sport she's in. My parents, my sisters. So they're just really the reason I do it.
I love it. I think you're frozen. I don't want to cut you off. You still there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I feel like everyone in Illinois' internet right now is just like struggling. I have no clue what's happening, but I heard the end of that. I'm super grateful for you. I'm super glad that I got to be a part of that process. But reading the chat, we all know Nancy's a saint. Next up, we got Nestor, and this is a childhood friend of mine, someone that I grew up with, have played sports with, someone that Mike and I have. Oh, hold on, my internet's messing up now too. Have been able to. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Nestor, let me know if you can hear me.
Yeah, you're a little choppy, but now I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Nestor's hopping on next, and this is my guy right here, and I'm super excited for him. He's also a sneeze away from P1000. I wouldn't be surprised if he hops on the P1K call tomorrow. But Nestor, a little bit of who you are, and why you decided to go all in with this.
Got you. What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm Nestor. Look at you guys. All look amazing. Glad to be here. So one reason I kind of got started, a little background on me. So I actually got my engineering degree, my bachelor's degree, but I always knew that was going to be kind of like plan B for me. I always knew that I was chasing something bigger, and I think I really found that with this. And once I kind of started, trading and, being consistent and profitable, that's kind of when I took the decision to actually start building the team. And the reason for that was like, when you make your first $5, you're kind of like, you see how powerful this really is. And then it's even more powerful is like, why would I hold this to myself? Why would I just keep this to myself? I feel like there's so many people out there that just need to be, woke and like wake up from like what is actually going on. And they need to, push to like live their actual lives. So that's kind of what like my goal now is to help as many people as I can, learn a skill set that's just going to let them free.
Awesome. I appreciate you, bro. I hope you guys are noticing like every single speaker that we have is different, looks different, like has a different background. Like I really didn't realize that till we started doing this panel right here. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool what we're really building here. But last but not least, we got Andrea. I'm super excited about this one because Andrea is someone that is so freaking coachable, like unbelievably coachable, and just is always asking for advice and guidance and is plugging in. And when we ask her like, hey, or we give her like, hey, do this, she does it and it makes it happen. And so I'm super excited for her to be on here. But Andrea, you want to explain a little bit about who you are and why you decided to go all in?
Yeah, so hey guys, my name is Andrea. Honestly, I said this in the Spanish leadership call too, but I'm just an ordinary girl with extraordinary dreams and just continuously building myself to become the better version of me every single day or every single moment that I can. The reason as to why I do this, at first, it was because of money. Like before, it was because I wanted to really just be able to travel and do all these sorts of things. But slowly, I started to realize that it's not about me. It's about the people that came into my organization and believes in me and see me as like a guidance for them. So honestly, it was such a like paradigm shift, but I just started to realize that I had so many self-limiting beliefs about myself that I just want to be able to break that off of the people that have rejoined me and for them to really just be a superhuman being, like no self-limiting beliefs whatsoever. And that's really something that I just want to portray for my team, because empowering people is like, that's it, like just empowering people.
Jeez, that intro at the beginning was amazing. It was just an ordinary girl with extraordinary dreams. Fire, guys. That was so good. It was better the second time, I swear. So no, thank you so much, Andrea, and your growth has been incredible. And I'm gonna keep telling you that for the rest of your life. But no, for real, I know we had this conversation in Spanish, but when you got to P600, and what was that shift for you? Whether it was mindset, habits, responsibility, belief, what was that shift for you? That's the first question. And the second question is, how did you duplicate your results or your action?
Yeah, so for me, it was definitely just being able to see the huge responsibility. Like for me, I don't have a personal responsibility So seeing just something really, really huge. So responsibility for sure, because they're people with goals, and they're investing their money and they're expecting to see results just like we did. So it's only by law that we have to really put our into this. Something that I needed to, a shift, right? That was the second part of the question.
Yeah, what was your shift and how did you duplicate?
So how I was able to duplicate, honestly, I just give it to my team. Like, they just really, really wanted it. And I was more so of like that guidance for them and being able to show them at least what I was able to learn, and just really being able to show them, the path that I was shown in the beginning. And I feel like that was one of the things that really helped us, as more so for the duplication part of it. I've been reading the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and duplicating that onto everything that I've been learning, applying it, and just showing it to people so they can be able to do the same thing. Because I feel like duplication is super, super key.
Facts. This is the book. If y'all don't know, get very well acquainted with this book right here.
Anything Johnson Maxwell.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate you genuinely. All right, Nestor, you're up to bat, brother.
Yo.
Dímelo.
Question again, right? Duplication, and what else was the other one?
The question was, was there a shift in mindset or in belief and responsibility? And the second question is, how did you duplicate your actions?
Awesome. Great question. So I think we all kind of know, like what it is, that is required of us when you're bringing people on to, to your team. You have to assume that, you're kind of responsible for them. They're obviously, they see the opportunity, but they also see the opportunity with you specifically. So it's very important to keep in mind that, you're kind of responsible for their growth as much as, it is theirs to plug in and stuff like that, but you need to provide the resources for them. I think with duplication, it's you have to assume another kind of level of leadership, as I could say. I don't know how to explain it the best, but with your P150, you kind of you fit into a role of leadership, right? Because now you have people in your organization, and then you duplicate into P600, and now you have even more people. So it requires a stronger leader to lead more people as you keep growing, and you have to understand that you're responsible for them hitting their targets just like you are.
Yeah, so that responsibility, I think, is just like assuming another level of responsibility. How would you say you were able to duplicate?
Duplicate, I think it was I kind of did the trading part, as I was learning even before I joined the company. But when I joined the company, I feel like I kind of dove into that section, kind of head on. So I feel like it's a lot easier for me to teach somebody about trading, because I've already kind of gone through the, the motions of it, rather than, them just learning from videos. I feel like learning from one person, you kind of learn, you catch on a little faster. And in that sense too, also social media is huge. Like social media, you put stuff out there, and people are watching whether you think they are or not. And you're going to get people that, they're interested, and they're going to want to take the opportunity just like you did.
Perfect. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, you did definitely came in with some trading experience. So I think you had the vision already, so it happened faster for you, right? And yeah, like Aaliyah just said, people are always watching.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Vanessa. You spoke a little bit about this in your first, let me see. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Sorry, it froze for us. But yeah, you spoke a little bit about this in your answer, but what was the shift for you in your mind or your habits or your belief or responsibilities when you were going and transitioning into P600? How was that for you? Are you good?
Mike?
Yeah.
Here, give me 1 second. Let me just move to a different room. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you at all.
My question was, what was there a shift in mindset or belief or responsibility for P600?
Yeah, I just feel like as soon as I went P600, that's when I really kind of started being more involved with the team. Kind of just getting in more group chats with like people above me or P600 or above. And kind of just seeing what they do and how they schedule their days and what are they scheduling their day, who are they talking to, what are they watching, what are they listening to, and I kind of just like mimic that. So as soon as like that happened, I just feel like something clicked in my head where it's like, oh, like there's people below me, and like I can't let them like outwork me. So that kind of just changed the way I think and how I go about my day and stuff. So
Okay. So you saying be kind of exposed to a different level of work, maybe work ethic, or what maybe the expectations are. Does that kind of help?
Yeah, for sure. Like expectation, like what's being expected of me. Like what do I have to do? Like, oh, I have to do my my inventory because it's my team, my group. Like, like so that's something. Yeah, that
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Vanessa. Cool. Thank you so much. All right. So guys, let's Charri, and I want to thank you, bro, because I know this is your second language. But for you, what was that shift? What was that shift for you, Charri? And how did you duplicate what you're doing so far?
I changed I think I changed in every aspect because, like, as I told you, I was used to like the kitchen work, so I didn't like have like always a team. I was like me delivering orders. That's it. So I had to learn how to work with a team. I had to learn how to manage my schedule. Learn how to um, like create that empathy with the people, to learn about them, get truly interested in what they want, their dreams, their goals. So that wasn't like usual for me. It was just like, yeah, me and my people. That was it. So that was like a huge change. Obviously, had to start growing more as a person. Like and how actually I don't think I duplicate myself as the builder. I duplicate myself in the discipline of studying.
Oof.
Everyone in my team is always if they can, they will be sleeping with their laptops in the bed.
Yeah.
They're always studying. And actually I teach a few of them, but in like 3-4 weeks, everyone is sniping. So that's something that I really love. So I think that's the biggest part I duplicate, because I don't rush. I don't make people do what I want them to do. I mean, I'm working. I'm focused on my thing. I need them because they're my team. They're my team. But if they want to do as I'm doing, let's work. If you don't want, how can I help you? That's
Amazing. Damn, that one was heavy. Y'all better be taking notes. I swear, that was nuts. Nancy's taking, everyone's taking notes. Amazing. Thank you so much, Shadow, bro. I love you, bro. Mila, where you at?
Hi, guys.
What's up? So let me ask you the same question. How is that shift for you in mindset, habits, maybe responsibility? I know it's a little different for everybody. When you maybe during or in the process of P600 or after you hit P600, how is that shift?
Honestly, it was I just want to talk about be transparent with everyone. So my team grew really fast, and at the time I felt like when I first hit P6, that it was a lot for me, because we went from 3 people to 12 to almost 60 people on my team. And people were just like coming into the meetings. I didn't know their names and stuff like that. So things like fell apart. But the mindset and belief and all that actually happened within a span of like 2 to 3 months. Mike and Tim, they know about all that. But the mindset and belief part was, I had to like catch on really quick that you have to constantly grow, because if you're only teaching your team things that you know at the time, at some point they're going to know everything that you know, and then there's going to be nothing else to teach them. And then it's either they will fall off or they will, go seek help from other people. But when you bring them into this business, people are expecting to learn from you. So I want to say like that was really where my mindset shifted to like, okay, I need to really get on to this personal development and get on every single mentorship call that there is, because it's really my responsibility to take care of, the people that I brought into this business. Yeah, so that's it for that question.
Crazy. That's insane. Honestly, I love your transparency, and that was a big, I see it. People have breakthroughs with that. And my second question is, how did you duplicate, maybe not the results, but how did you duplicate maybe your actions, your belief, some of your habits?
The way that I duplicated was honestly just by showing my team how into this business I really am, and that I was taking it seriously, not as a hobby. So when people showed up to the meetings or they showed up on Zoom calls and saw that I was on every single call, I would just let people know like, hey, I'm getting onto this call. And, I know that people do this, right? You go on and you scroll through to see who else is on the call. Your team is always going to look to see if you're actually on that call.
Yeah, we're watching.
Duplicated.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that's the way that I duplicated, my actions.
Awesome. No, thank you so much. And I'd love it. Like, Mila is just OG transparent. I love it. All right, Michael Weaver, David Emanite Jr. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Well, let me ask you the same question. Was there a shift in mindset, belief, or responsibility? Did that happen before, during? Did that catch up to you? What was that process like for you?
Could you repeat that question one more time, please?
All right. So as you're hitting P600, was there a shift in mindset, belief, or responsibility? And if there was, what was that shift for you?
Okay. Yes. So the shift was, guys, if y'all haven't been to an event, a big event, you need to go. That actually shifted my whole paradigm. It gave me an opportunity to really meet the people who, we're doing business with, who we call family in this group. And so once you meet these people, once you actually see the culture for yourself, if you're not already there, that kind of, it lights a fire in you. And once you receive that certain information, again, once the mind is expanded, it doesn't go back to its original form. So once you receive that information and you apply it with that fire after the event, or after, you got to see the culture, I mean, that mindset, that's what switched for me. So when I came back, like all I wanted to do was build this business. All I wanted to do was get the word out there. Like, bro, do you understand that like there's a community of people that genuinely care about you, that want to see you do better for yourself? And not only that, we get to make money, so it's like being around that right there, that's what kind of, really gave me the spark. Because before I was still working at the time, and I was still trying to, do the business, and of course it just wasn't really working out. So I had people join, people fell off because I wasn't taking it serious. I wasn't putting my full effort into it. And so, how could I duplicate that if I'm not, putting my full foot to it, towards it. So once we came back from New York, everything kind of just fell in place, really. Everything was all right timing, right place, right people. And, I just took that and ran with it.
So I want to ask, I want to ask you, because what you mentioned events, and this wasn't part of the question or anything, but New York is an interesting event because there was no event officially. And I want that to be really powerful because that is what the lack of an event, whether it happened or not, it wasn't even about that. It was the culture, right? And it was the family, the community, and it's to realize that everyone here, you're the event. But you have to know that you have to create that intention. And in New York, there was a bond that was made between, I don't know how many people were there. That thing was blown out. It was like 100 plus. It was crazy. And just that passion, that fulfillment, the community, right? The communication and the unification, that was what was felt there. And it was something that was so special because you didn't have to have chairman 500, chairman 100, telling you how to, really breaking down the process. You had to break your own process down from within. And I think I saw such a massive shift, and so many of the new people, pretty much every new P600 came from there, which is so incredible to see. And I know Jose Carlos was literally is a phoenix there. And I'll have him talk about that in a second. So, whether you're in Dallas, whether you're in North Carolina, wherever it is that you are right now in the world, you have to realize you don't have to come to Dallas, to Houston, to London, to New York for your perception, your belief system to shift. Like, you're the fucking event. So, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to say, man. And I know you've been duplicating super well. So I want to have you answer that question. How have you been duplicating, maybe not even your results, but your habits, your actions, your beliefs?
Just presenting the same books that I read, just plugging my team in with the same information that I'm receiving, putting them on the levels. Kevin Tradeo, your wish is your command. That's the sauce right there. Just really implementing that, because that's what I first started out listening to. And so because of that, that's what gave me the information from the beginning. And so just plugging them in with the same information.
Amazing. Taylor, are you available to speak right now? I see you in the back over there.
Yes, I am.
All right, dope. I want pretty much the same questions for you.
So for me, the shift was everything, like my entire life. My sleeping schedule was changed. I had to figure out a way that I could juggle a business, because I wanted to take this seriously as a business and still manage to take care of my child. And so it was really making that sacrifice and knowing that, hey, this is really what I want. So by all means, I'm going to get this done, and really making that commitment. And so that was the mindset shift for me, like personal development every single day, changing my entire routine, putting my DMOs in front of my face every day and checking them off, like giving myself a to-do list every day. That way I make sure I'm not just using all my time personally developing, I guess, like taking in the information, but actually applying it and being productive of my time.
Yeah, that's huge. And everyone, I want you to hear this.
I was like, what?
That was a nugget, because guys, stop being in teaching, like learning mode all the time. Like, go do some shit. I'm so serious, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is where the best fail is, because you can practice your form all day, but if you're never taking shots, then why are you practicing?
Yeah.
I'll continue,
and
Taylor.
So that was really it for me, because I felt like I was starting to feel overwhelmed, like keeping up with all of the chats and all of the trainings, and then like getting all of these notes and then not having anything to show for it. So for me, it was like, okay, let me take a step back and let me figure out really what I'm doing and how I want to apply this knowledge. Like, what am I really going to take from this? And so that was my mindset shift, really putting myself in a leadership position and being the messenger for my team, making sure they're plugged in at all times, making sure I'm promoting all calls, and leading by example. So I would say that's another way of duplicating, is leading by example, because they're watching what you're doing. Like, you put them on, so you have a responsibility to kind of show them how to maneuver their way around. And really focusing on their goals. Once you get people, it's not so much about you. Like, you really only need 3 people to go chairman. Once you duplicate them, once you duplicate the process, I'm so sorry, guys. Baby
Part of
QC
the process. You know what I'm saying?
not
It's part of the process.
but yeah, really duplicating, because there is a system to it. So teach people what you're doing, that way they can duplicate that, and that's really all it is. And putting all of your effort into other people.
Well, shout out to
All right.
Baby QC.
Got a
Thank you
blast
so
for
much,
a
Taylor.
second, guys.
Awesome. Wow. Yeah, Baby QC clothing line coming. Guys, onesies available soon. We ain't playing. We ain't not playing. Guys, I honestly want to apologize because I literally have to go teach for Latin America. But I'm going to pass it back to Tim, and I just want to say I'm so grateful for this team and this family and everyone just being G's. Like, all of you guys are amazing. Every person here has so much information. And with that being said so far, before I go here, you know, everyone, you can learn from everybody. You can literally learn from everybody. Don't narrow it down to one person, to the person who got you started, or to me, or to Tim, or whatever. You know, use your resources. If you vibe, right? If you vibe with Taylor, hit her up. I guarantee you she will give you a nugget, right? If you vibe with Angie, hit her up. If you vibe with Jose Carlos, shoot him a message. Hey, wait, why is that working for you? How is that working for you? And so go ahead, guys. You have so many resources. And I think with the one thing I want to say with Taylor is she just assumed the responsibility. She assumed the responsibility before it was asked for her to do so. And so with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I do have to get out of here. But I love all of you guys, and I can't wait to see the rest of this recording. But I appreciate it, guys.
Awesome. Well, Mike said it best. You know, there is so much happening here that's so powerful. But I actually have a call at 9 o'clock as well. But I messaged my call and said I'm gonna need some extra time because we're dropping too many gems. So, Mike, I need a kiss too. So, who's up next? Give me this here. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Go make some money. We have Jose Carlos. You're up next, my guy. So hitting P600, like the shift in mindset, belief, responsibility, you know, where was the biggest shift for you? And then how have you duplicated your results? Because you're a P600 with a P600 in your organization. So you're in the process of, you know, getting to that P1K mark where you now are duplicating 2 to 3 other P600s. So I'd love for you to talk about that as well.
I talked about this on the Spanish call. I don't know if my connection's stable because it says my internet is unstable. Can you hear me? Cool.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So on the Spanish call, I said it because I heard a lot of people talking about their shifts and, you know, what changed for them. For me, it was very different because I feel like nothing changed. The volume changed, right? The number of people that changed, but I don't feel like I changed. The reason I say this is because we really should be behaving in a way now that we're going to be behaving at chairman. Like, we really have to assume the role of chairman now to get to chairman. And I said this on the Spanish call as well. I remember sitting at an event when the chairman was speaking. He was asking the P150s to stand up, the P600s to stand up, the P1000s to stand up. And then he got to a point and he asked, are there any chairmen in the room besides obviously himself? And no one stood up. And I wanted to stand up, and everything told me stand up, because I realized, how come we scream, chairman, I am chairman, but when someone asks you, where are the chairmen, why don't you stand up? Okay, so we have to believe it now. We have to assume the role now. We have to walk like a chairman, talk like a chairman, think like a chairman now to get to chairman. Right, so what I'm doing now as the same I was doing as a P150, because the 3 people that I enrolled, that I talked to as a P150, I'm going to talk to the person that's number 1,000 or 2,000 the same way. I'm going to want to take care of them the same way. I'm going to plug them in the same way. Right? So what changes from P150 to P600? Nothing. There's no switch. There shouldn't be a switch, right? Because you don't hit P600. It doesn't hit your back office, and that makes you a P600. What makes you a P600 is what you've been doing before that. What makes you a chairman is what you've been doing before you hit chairman. All right, like a millionaire is not a millionaire when his bank account says a million. He's a millionaire from his habits, from what he's been doing. So there isn't a shift. There's no switch. So that's what we have to do. That's what I realized, you know, my shift has to start now. That was my shift. My shift was the beginning up until now. So I said that in the Spanish call, and I really wanted to say that here because I really feel it. And as far as duplicating this, I really think I have to give, well, first of all, I have to give the credit to Joseph, the other P600, because it's not anything that I've did. It's them. It doesn't have to do with me. It has to do with them. All right, we can't go wake them up. They're the ones, like, he's calling me. He's on me. But how do we do this? I think the best way is to elevate your frequency, right? If you want leaders, you have to be a leader. If you want P600, you have to be P600, all right? And elevate your frequency so that you attract people on that frequency. Okay, because if you just want sheep, if you just want other people, they're not going to get to P600. They're not going to bring other people on board, right? So as far as duplicating, it's that first work on yourself, grow yourself as a person so that you bring those type of individuals with you. And those are the people that you attract. And then it's very, very simple. Once they're there, it's so easy because we have the system in place thanks to you guys. So thank you. Like it's so easy. Just copy paste. That's what it is. So yeah, elevate your frequency, elevate yourself to a point where you're a leader, and then leaders they'll get to you. And then just copy paste. Use a system.
Damn, I love it. That's a gem. And anytime I'm getting fired up, I'm calling Jose Carlos up with me. I'm just like, drop it. Tell him. Tell him. It's going to be my translator. I'm like, tell him. Let's do it. But Angie, you're up next. Really that shift, the big shift for you and how you've been able to duplicate your business, and helping other people hit P150. And I know your business is super close-knit. So I'm super excited to hear your answer.
Damn, I feel like I have a lot. I have to go after that? Come on. But honestly, I think the biggest shift was really my mindset. I had to understand that there are people around me who are doing this. And I think for me, I almost felt that maybe I couldn't assume the position. I had a really tough time that I was, maybe unworthy of that team and, have any value to give. So, understanding that I've been in it. I have value. I know what it is that we have to do. And there's a system, like Jose Carlos said, there's a system that's built. So why am I not following the system? You know what I mean? I just did not have the confidence. But once that happened and that shift of mindset was just like, okay, like what, Angie, what are you doing? Everything kind of fell into place, which was amazing. But let's see, duplication. Honestly, like truly, I feel like the tight-knit community of just empowering one another has pretty much done it for me. Like Mondo and I work really, really closely together. Obviously Nancy, when she was in town, was there always, and she's, obviously the reason why we were here too. But we had our teams kind of like cross-pollinating, as we say, right? So we kind of doing things together. And everybody was saying too, like I prefer to lead by example. I would never tell anyone to do something that I wouldn't do. And I always show up. And when I show up, I give it my all. And I assume that everybody else surrounding me will do the same if that's, what they so choose. Obviously the energy frequencies have to be, a match. And another thing that Jose Carlos said that really, really stuck out to me too, like I'm never going to force anyone to do this. Like if somebody's deciding to just, hit 2 and free, that's fine. But there are people who match your frequency level and they understand where you're going and they want to go with you. So I think that's the biggest thing, just kind of finding your people and really, really working with them. And pretty much giving your all to them. Not saying that you should only give your all to certain people in your organization, but just knowing, once the energy and the feeling is reciprocated, like you'll just know, like everything just clicks. And I think another thing too that I really stress is that like no question is a good question. Like I always make sure that everyone is open to coming to me because that's why we're here. And I think that just pretty much forms a whole community of growth. Because I was there. I at a point didn't understand that this is something that I could potentially do. So, working with your people and pretty much instilling that belief and consistently, showing people what you do, because I know everybody's watching. I know little things that I do may inspire other people. And that's why the community is so big too, because it's not just me, it's everybody. People quitting their jobs, people hitting six figures. It's just staying inspired and really just kind of going with it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Joseph, my man, you came in here like a bull. You, you came into IM like a bull, just on the charts, building the business, just all in, man. I love to hear, what was the shift for you? Because when you came in, I felt like it was overnight, but what was the real shift in your brain, whether it was mindset or community or anything that helped you get to that next level or go all into that level? And then how are you duplicating what you're doing now? Because you're so active in your chat, bro. I see it every single day. So I'd love for you to just kind of share a little bit about that.
So since I was kid, I was playing soccer. I was like captain of my national soccer team. So I was leader on that. I was like running businesses here in Croatia. So I was like having like 50 people under me that I was also like leader. So actually being leader is nothing else than be just first in line pushing. So everyone in my group knows that I'm grinding 24/7. So they're just like they can, once they see you like grinding, they cannot not grind too. Because for you to be successful, you need to make your team successful. You need to surround yourself with successful people. You need to invest your time in people. That's how you get back. So why get these all people? Because they trust me. So that's easy, because when I talk, they trust me. And like every person who know me, especially, I don't know most of the guys just from the community, but let's say JC, I don't know, Taylor, I'm also very close with. So they know me that I'm like, what I say, what I say, I say, JC, okay, you plug me in, give me 2 weeks, I'll be P600. I told him I'm going to be Chairman 1000. He was laughing, but yeah, I'm going, so that's something like when I want, just like, there's just like, there is no bump. I mean, there is a bunch of the bumps, but that's just something I love, because every plan you have, when you start, it's kind of changed 70%, 80, even more. So it's about your reaction, Entrepreneurship, it's hard. It's 24/7, but it's better to grind for yourself than for something else, for someone else. So that's something like that. I just love that part, I don't see myself, led by anyone. I can be like there to listen, to learn, but I want to be the one. So I think that's the state I have.
You really is just leading by action, showing people that you're all in, and they're
Right.
giving and really being that leader that's guiding.
Because everyone knows how to talk nice. Like I met so many people, everyone talk nice, everyone is like billionaire when he talks, but it's not like that. You need to have results. You need to have the stuff behind you that can talk.
I feel you. I love it. Well, guys, we're going to go on the final question here, and this is going to be a speed round. And just like yesterday, I really want you guys to celebrate each and every single one of these speakers, because the question is going to be, what is your biggest piece of advice for someone that desires going P600? So going from customer to P150 to P6, what is the biggest piece of advice you can give them? And when are you hitting Platinum 1000? So we're going to go through a speed round here. And guys, please, please, please celebrate each and every single individual like it's you being celebrated, because what you celebrate accelerates. So Joseph, I'm going to start with you, my man. What is the biggest piece of advice you can give, and when are you hitting P1000?
When I'm hitting P1000, very soon, my friend. So you know that I have problem with Croatian people with their credit card. So I have like 10 at least friends that are like wanting to do this. So we just need to solve that problem, and I'm P1000. But that's not something I'm gonna stop. That's not something I'm satisfied. I'm grateful, but not satisfied. So like I already like in my head I'm done. Like with that. So I'm just like hitting P2000 already. But what I think, like what will I recommend for the people? It will be like just act, just care about people. Like each of the person in my group, anytime they call me, I'm more than, I just love trading. So honestly, like it's something that's so cool. So I can be like all day on the charts and like talking, because a lot of times people are like, you don't find individuals that are emotionally strong, and that's okay. So you need to actually be sometimes there, even on mentally, to help them out. So that sometimes matters more than actually like just like, you know, showing them the skill, because everything comes from here, you know. So you need to know how to influence people, how to influence, you know, how to bring them up to another level, how to work for them. When they see that, they're gonna appreciate, because why they're gonna stay in your team? They're gonna stay because of the relationship that you build, on the trust that you gave them to them. When they see that they're improving, doesn't matter even if it's like trading. I mean, of course it is, because this is the main thing about, but like a people, like a person, any other aspect, they just want to be surrounded with successful people, you know. So that's the thing. Like once you are improving them, you're just improving yourself. But honestly, like Angie was telling that you need to constantly improve yourself, because someone's talking, so you need to just constantly improve yourself, so I can so I can help them. So that's actually my purpose. So I gonna, you know, like improve myself so I can help them more, so we can all together grow, you know, because together we are stronger.
Absolutely. I love it. I appreciate you, bro. And I'm going to go to London next because I skipped over London's name, and you're going to get a double header question here. So London, we're going back to question 3. London, what was the big shift for you, man? How have you duplicated, and what is the biggest piece of advice that you can give to someone who wants to go next level P600?
Oh man. Well, I would say my biggest shift, I guess, was realizing that it was bigger than me. And I guess I had to do like a bit of a mindset change too, because I will always say, like, I'll always call myself an introverted extrovert, because I love people. I'm the biggest people person, but I would rather keep to myself, if that makes sense. So I had to really get out of that mindset, because, you know, I have to, you know, yeah, I believe that, you know, what you put into it is what you get out of it. And I have all these goals that I want to reach. Like one of my biggest goals, I want to, you know, pay off my grandma's mortgage and buy her another house, and, you know, all these different things. And like I said, what you put into it is what you get out of it. So if I really wanted to achieve those goals, I had to, you know, go all in. And then as far as duplicating that, you know, I had to, you know, really get in the trenches with my team and kind of, you know, do the same thing with them, because I know they have goals as well that they want to achieve. So, you know, I do accountability calls with my team every Monday, where we all, you know, hold each other accountable and talk about things, talk about the weeks and things like that, and just really, you know, get in the trenches with them and really just grind. So I guess that was my shift, and then that was the way I duplicate that. And there was the other question.
What's the biggest piece of advice you can give for someone that wants to go P600, and then when are you hitting P1000?
My biggest piece of advice would be to do everything with intention. Like always move with intention, no matter what it is you're doing, whether it's personal or whether it's, you know, business or anything. Move with intention. And then my P1K goal, I'm actually pretty close. I'm gonna say the first week of May, so May 7th. I guess that's the first week of May.
Let's get it. Run it up in the chat. Drop some 7s in the chat for London, bro. It's done. I swear, this whole entire panel, if we did this a week later, you would all be on the P1000 panel. So I'm excited to have you guys on again and talk about what was the shift, right? So Angie, you're up next.
All right. I am so happy and grateful now that I was going to say P600, P1K by June 1st, 2020. My biggest, one thing that I could say, I would say move with intent, positive intent. Honestly, everyone will, how do I explain it? Like the will come out. Everyone feels your energy, basically. So move with positive intent, have good intentions with whatever it is that you're doing, because everyone can see that, like true as day. But yeah, plain and simple, that's all. Move with intent.
Awesome. I appreciate you. June 1st, it's done. It is done. It is done. It is done. Next, we have Jose Carlos, my guy. Biggest piece of advice and your P1000 date.
My biggest piece of advice is remember why you started everything to begin with. So if you do it and I guess, well, actually, the real advice is don't do it for just yourself. Like find somebody else or something else, something greater than you to drive you, like whether it's your parents or somebody else. But remember this, somebody needs you. Like somebody you've never even met before. There's probably someone on the other side of the world that doesn't know it yet, then you don't know, but they're relying on you. Like someone right here, right now in this world is relying on you to do this, to succeed, because your success, your abundance is going to overflow onto others, and somebody else can touch somebody else, and that somebody else can touch somebody else, and that person is going to get to them. But if you don't do it, if you don't take responsibility, accountability, it never gets to them, right? The change in the world starts with you. So remember that somebody somewhere is counting on you right now. Somebody somewhere else, you don't need to know them, but they're counting on you. So like when you don't want to wake up in the morning, remember like, you might be tired, but someone else didn't even they didn't even eat. Somebody else, right? They couldn't even sleep because they don't have a roof over their head. Somebody else, they need you. So don't do it about you. Don't be selfish. Remember, there's more people relying on you. You don't have to know them, but they need you. So that's my big advice is realize that somebody needs you. And I mean needs you. So yeah, don't do it all about you. And then when am I hitting that P1000? I know I told Tim, actually, I texted him before the call. I said, I'm not going to sleep until I do. So that's my answer. I'm not going to sleep until I do.
He really did text me that. I swear to God, that's not a joke. He legit just texted that. But man, that is such a powerful piece of advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Honestly, that's the QC vibe right there, is understanding that we have something that people need. And I think a lot of people fall in love with the culture, you know, and I think for most people it's something that they've never experienced, and it's so powerful. So Taylor, you're up next. Biggest piece of advice on your P1000 date?
So my biggest piece of advice is going to be finding a system that works for you and then going crazy with it. Get consistent with it. And then just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, stay out of your damn comfort zone. Always aim for something higher because you're capable of it. Always set C-type goals for yourself because it's attainable, and it just raises your belief level, and it just does something for everybody within the organization. And go when you observe the masses and you see people going on the known path, go down the unknown path and leave a trail for people. Like, be that person, be the one that everyone's like, you know, she changed my life, he changed my life. Like, just start something new and be unapologetically you while you're doing it, because that's your power. Like, nobody else is going to be you. So just totally embrace that process, your process, and do the damn thing.
I love it. I need that date though.
Oh yeah, and that's coming like in the next week. So it's happening.
It's done. We looked over the business today. I know it's done. So Michael, you're up next, my guy. Biggest piece of advice and your date, P1000 date. I don't think we can hear you, Michael.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My biggest piece of advice would be when you're coming to this business, take out what you think you know about network marketing. Take out what you think you know about building. You know, drop your ego. Drop it. Leave it at the door when you come into this business. Don't have an ego when you come in. Be coachable. Be very, very, very coachable, because at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. So don't come in here talking about, oh, I know how to build the business, or I know how to recruit. It's not even recruiting, okay? So, you know, whenever you come in, just be very coachable and get your hands on 2 audios, okay? Get your hands on 2 audios. You need to get your hands on Kevin Tradeo, Your Wish is Your Command. Listen to the whole series. And you need to get yourself David Emonitier, Conceive, Believe, and Achieve. And listen to that. Really understand and listen to it. And plug into these calls that we have going on. Plug into the mentorship calls. It doesn't matter. Look, listen. It doesn't matter if we have a mentorship call every day. It doesn't matter if there's stuff going on and you're busy and we have a mentorship call and you're trying to become the person that you want to become, and you're making excuses for yourself because there's calls all day. Get on the calls, get it through your subconscious mind, and understand the information until it becomes subconscious for you. Then it just becomes habit. Then the results come.
but drop the ego. And that P1000 day, May 1st, it's done. May 1st, it's done.
Game over. Drop in the chat, guys. I dropped the links in there, so good luck finding it because now we got so many 7s and 369s. But the links are somewhere in there. I promise you, you'll see them. Your wish is your command, and conceive, believe, achieve. Fire, fire, fire. Adios. Mila, biggest piece of advice and your P1000 date.
Okay, so my biggest piece of advice would be like this business is really about what you can teach, not really what you can take in and learn on your own. So if you could teach everything you know to your team and then have them duplicate that, you know, I feel like that's what would get everybody to chairman, right? No one comes into this business saying, oh, I want to hit P600 and, you know, that's it. Like once you start building the business, it doesn't stop. So just don't give up, whether you have good days, bad days, always stay plugged in with your team. Always let, you know, your leaders know what's going on. And this is to like the P600s as well. Like always let your leaders know what's going on. And my P1000 day, I'm going to say May 30th.
Done. I believe in it. I believe in it. It's done. Show some love. Congratulate her for being P1000. Let's do it. Okay. Charlie, biggest piece of advice, bro, and your P1000 date.
Biggest piece of advice, like manage your time. Manage your time is like the best thing that you can do, because if you want to learn, if you want to contact people, if you want to do presentations, to getting calls, to go to a coffee when we can get to a coffee, and be with your team at that moment, you have to manage your time. That's that's like the biggest thing. I actually started using an app recently that it helps a lot. It's for like the little tasks that are not that big to be in like your schedule, but you have to do it anyways. It's called task list. That thing is always like helping a lot. For the P1K, honestly, I don't set dates for my task list. Sorry, that's hard to pronounce. I don't set a date for my goals. I know I'm getting P1K. I won't stop until I get there, and I will get it when I'm ready. That's it.
I love that, and I think that's so powerful because a lot of people, you know, if I quit right when I didn't hit Chairman 10 in 3 months, what would have happened? You know, but it was that desire, you know, that knowing that it was going to happen anyways, and even though it took not 3 months but 3 years, knowing it was going to happen, that's super powerful. Share some love in the chat for that answer. Next up,
honestly, when you set a date for a goal, you sometimes get more frustrated than focus on the goal.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Who we got next? Vanessa, you're up. I hope the Wi-Fi, Illinois Wi-Fi, we're struggling out here. But Vanessa, the biggest piece of advice you can give somebody to go P600, and when are you going P1000?
Yes, so I'm going P1000, putting the date June 1st. And my advice to give would be just patience, like patience, really. Just be patient. Like your time's coming, all our time's coming, you know, just have to be patient with it.
I love it. That is big facts. That is big facts. We got Nestor. You're up, my man.
Yo. I got two things for advice, guys. First thing is, so really realize, like really sit there and realize, you know, what we have in front of us. Like the fact that we are able to make money from our phones from anywhere in the world. Like you just really need to think about that and just really like let that resonate with you. And then also what we have here with QC, you know, this is a powerful, you know, team, family, what we have here. The fact that we have, you know, QC in order to do this, like, you know, impact the world and like help people make money from their phone is crazy. So that's number one. Number two is stop treating this like a hobby. You need to go all in with this. Like, this will pay you, but you need to put the work in, and don't make any excuses, and just go full throttle in and just dive into it, and you won't regret it. My P1K date, 2 weeks, May 8th.
Done. I know we've talked about that too. It's done. It's happening. Share some love in the chat. Congratulate him. Let him know that it is done. And last but not least, Andrea, your biggest piece of advice and your P1K date.
My biggest piece of advice is to trust the process, because you are worthy and it's going to happen. Don't give up. It's going to get pretty ugly, maybe. I don't know. Everybody's journey is going to be different, but there's going to be roller coasters. You're probably going to believe that you're not going to be capable of achieving it, but it's coming. The mailman's coming. So just trust the process. Keeping consistent. Organize yourself. The sooner the better, because it's going to get a little crazy with the amount of people that are going to be coming in, their goals, following updates, making sure that, they're getting launched properly. So just stay consistent, stay organized, and trust the process. And my P1K date is May 15th. It's long overdue, so let's get it.
It's done. Well, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much to everyone that hopped on. And like always, this recording is probably going to take a little bit of time to upload because I'm hopping on another Zoom right now. But get this recording in the hands of someone who wasn't here. There was so much information that was so valuable. And sometimes it may be something that you're already saying, but it's hearing it from someone else that really makes the difference. And so my call to action to you guys is to find one or two things that you learned today, share it in the QC chat, create that FOMO for those who missed out. Or maybe something that you say in the chat, someone will read and they missed it, and that was what helped them. So guys, I appreciate you. Tomorrow, I have our intro call at 7 p.m., followed by our P1000 panel, followed by Next Wave Mentorship. And guys, by the way, Jan on Next Wave tomorrow is a Chairman 10. And yesterday had Alex Mort run an op call for him with 2,200 people on it. A Chairman 10, 2,200 guests. So tomorrow is going to be an insane day, from the intro to the panel to the Next Wave. And then we have Nancy getting saucy on the charts. So I'm super excited, guys. Make sure you drop some value. Pedro voice. Make sure you drop some value in the Telegram. I'll get this posted on the YouTube as quickly as possible. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. And let's get it.